it is officially May 1st here in North Idaho, and it is gardening season. It's finally here, and today we're planting some potatoes. So if you guys have been following along on the channel for probably the last month or two, you've watched our builds on our 12 bucket container garden and our mini 2 bucket container garden, and essentially we are just getting ready to plant the suckers. So I have a bunch of seed potatoes that I ordered from online. What is it called? You know that feeling when you're really excited about something, but you have no idea really what the hell you're doing? That is kind of like me in gardening. So this is no way going to be a full DIY, me explaining it like I've got 60 years under my belt doing this. This is more just if you want to follow along on our channel and see how our potato and our garden crop turns out this year, follow along because I am the rookie gardener. And so we're learning this one together. I have just learned from YouTube videos, and we're gonna make it work, and we're going to make do. And if you guys have any advice, any comments, any feedback on anything that we do today, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment below. So without further ado, let's prep our buckets and let's get to planting some potatoes. Okay, so we're in here in our tiny garden, our little 10-foot by 10-foot enclosed garden that we just built a few days ago. And it's a little tight quarters, but I forgot to mention in that opener just now that we actually have some old wine barrels that came with the house when we bought it. The previous owners left them on the property, and we're gonna use them also to plant potatoes. So same concept for the bucket and wine barrels. They're just kind of on their last legs, and I figured before I throw them away, why not try to use them for one more planting. So what we've got here is we've just got a basic drill and a spade bit. This is a 5/8 spade bit. It was the only one that I had on me, but 3/4 works. But you just want to drill a good plethora of holes in the bottom because you want to promote drainage in all of your containers that you'll be planting your potatoes or really whatever vegetable that you're going to be growing in them. So we're going to do some drilling, and we'll show you kind of what that looks like. Okay, so there's 5 holes each in each wine barrel, and they kind of look like so. You guys can kind of see that. So one thing that I've learned just from doing research on container gardening is that you want all of your containers elevated off the ground so it can allow for proper drainage of your water, so your roots just don't become so saturated that they rot and mold and what have you. So with these wine barrels, they're obviously on the ground. They won't be able to drain very well. So I'm actually going to do a quick rearrangement and basically just move this guy and then put a pallet in here, place the wine barrels on top, and then the water should be able to drain a little bit better because it will be elevated on the pallet. Okay, so we've got a good mixing of the topsoil, the compost, and the manure. And right here, I've got some organic perlite. I don't know if it's super necessary. I think this just kind of, what does it do? All natural soil additive that improves drainage and aeration. I knew that when I bought it, right? So I'm just gonna throw, hey, Jet. Okay. All right. Let's mix up the perlite. Okay, so we are about ready to plant. So here are my seed potatoes. I got 1 pound of Charlotte seed potatoes and 1 pound of dark red Norland seed potatoes. Now, I ordered these from a company known as Wood Prairie Family Farm. They seem to be a pretty popular company for seed potatoes. They're based out of Maine, and I got these all about a month ago. Honestly, I probably didn't take care of them as well as I should have, or I tried to. I just don't think I did everything correctly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now they were in kind of a dark cool room for probably the last 3 weeks, and then probably in the last week I took them out. They were beginning to sprout. These guys, these are called chits. And what I did 3 days ago was I actually cut them, and so that actually makes it so you can use one seed potato multiple times, if you will. So hopefully I can get more than one plant out of one potato. So we've got dark red Norland and we've got Charlotte potatoes. Let's plant 1 bucket of each variety, and also the wine barrels, and we'll kind of go from there and see how they come out. All right, so I've got one of my buckets right here. We're going to fill it up with only about 4 or 5 inches of our soil mixture that we created. Go just a hair more. So right here we've got our Charlotte variety. This is a nice potato. It's got some good chits on it. So from the research I've done, you want to plant them chits up, just kind of down in your soil like so. Maybe move it in just a little bit. So we're only going to do 2 potatoes per bucket here. That's a pretty good looking one too. Now, we're just gonna fill it up with about 10 more inches of soil here. All right, here I've got some duct tape. Charlotte potato, 5'1", 23. All right, we'll put this to the side and then we'll plant some dark red Norlands. All right, right here, dark red Norland. Pretty nice chits on this guy. This is a whole potato that I didn't cut. Then let's see. Now here's one that I did cut, and you can see the nice scab that kind of formed over it. Now from what I've researched, if you cut them and just plant them, then you increase the risk of rot. So you want to give them a few days to form a nice scab. Kind of looks like a burnt potato chip. Now we'll just plant this with the best chit up in our bucket, kind of like so. All right, 10 more inches of dirt. Dark red Norland, 5'1", 23. So now I just really want to saturate them really well. Make it so there's a couple inches of standing water on top. Okay, so after we watered down the buckets, we pretty much repeated the same exact process for the wine barrels, and now the water has sufficiently drained out the bottom. We've got some bone meal to put in the buckets and the wine barrels, and essentially what this is is, I believe at least, it's ground up animal bone. You just kind of sprinkle it on top here in the buckets, and it's a good source of phosphorus and calcium. And what it says is that it promotes strong roots and early growth, and it's perfect for tubers, which I think is another name for potatoes. So, hi Lolly, hi. So, we're gonna open this guy up. Oh boy. A bone meal. And if you guys want to check this stuff out and any other stuff that we use here in the video, I'll put some Amazon links down in the description below. But it kinda, sorry, I think my head was cut off a little bit, but it's kinda got like a nice brown color to it. All we're gonna do is sprinkle a healthy amount of this stuff on top. Get. All I know. So now that we have bone meal in all 4 containers, all we've got to do is give it a nice healthy watering one more time. I accidentally forgot to push the record button, so these 2 buckets are already full. But kind of like so, you guys. Basically, that is it. So I think I only have enough potatoes for 2 more buckets, so I'm gonna do those off camera, but maybe I'll throw a shot in at the end of all the buckets and all the containers that we have full of potatoes. But all there is left to do from here is to wait, to give them time, to water them daily. If you guys have any suggestions on what I did wrong or what I could do to maybe set myself up for better success before or from here on, be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you want to follow along, see how our potatoes do and what we end up planting in the rest of the bucket garden, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, and comment down below, and we will see you guys on the next video. I'm super excited to see the progress that we have so far with the garden. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.